What's up, everyone? So I joined a friend on a trip to Sequoia National Forest on April Fool's. While in the hotel room, I managed to record the Pisces video for April 2017. Also, to note, this friend is a Pisces sun, so she was pretty shocked as she watched the video. Anywho, after we checked out of the hotel, we began driving up to the Sequoia Forest. As we were driving up the mountain slopes, a thought came to mind. I wanted to record one video for all of the signs as a collective, so I grabbed my deck and asked Spirit to assist me in making a definitive decision. As I was shuffling the deck, I asked for Spirit's advice. I asked for only one card specifically, and right after me asking, the Tower card flew out of the deck and landed upright. I initially said to myself, oh no, I guess this isn't such a good idea. But as I was looking at the card symbolism and imagery, the tree on the card looked exactly like the sequoia trees and all of the other trees growing in the forest. Then I remembered how I don't necessarily dislike the Tower card, but I can understand how people and some readers tend to attach a negative connotation to the card, as it is usually read as so in the majority of spreads and readings. The Tower card is sort of similar to the Eight of Wands, but it is also different at the same time, similar being that both cards imply a sudden change, but the Eight of Wands implies more of an impeding force that changes someone's trajectory, forcing that individual to adjust to this sudden change in direction, while the Tower card does imply change as well, but more of a sudden change that requires that individual to make a complete and drastic change because this change is usually immensely influential. Now, whether it's Eight of Wands or the Tower card, this change can transpire positively or negatively. Positively, as being fruitful and unforeseen with positive latent consequences. Negatively, being as the old saying goes, you have made your bed, now lay in it, followed by negative latent consequences. So both cards have their similarities, but are also different in many ways, regarding that in which subsequently follows. After I chose a spot for the reading, I initially planned on lying a sheet down onto the floor, but then decided not to do so, as to keep the video in its entirety as natural as possible, with all of the foliage that was primarily meant to be there in the first place. Well, in closing, I hope that you all enjoyed this rather quick reading, and please allow me to apologize beforehand for the spread not being perfectly laid out, and also for the random adjustments that I needed to make here and there. My hands were freezing, and shuffling was a bit of a challenge. What? Wait, hold on. Come to think of it, I actually rescind my apology, for everything has transpired in the manner in which it was meant to be, which is imperfect and mercurial, exactly how nature portends and intends everything to be, in its own unique and eccentric way. Please, guys, share your thoughts by commenting and letting me know how you feel about the spread and of its messages. Well, without further ado, here's a reading for all the signs as a collective. Hello, everyone. I'm here at Sequoia National Park, or National Forest. I'm gonna go ahead and do a reading for you guys. Feels like it's the perfect opportunity. It's gonna be one single reading, but for all the signs. Thought I would show you guys this. It's pretty nice up here. I'm gonna pick a spot, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the reading. It's a little special for everyone. Are you guys? Hello everyone, I'm over here at Sequoia Tree Forest, and I'm going to go ahead and do a reading for all the signs right now, since we're in the nature mode. I'm going to shuffle 12 times for all the signs. Jesus. There's 3. 4. 7. 8. 9. believe that was 11. I'm just going to do one more. If I missed anything, I don't think so, but just in case. So we're going to do a spread by the Wild Unknown. This is their deck, and they came up with the spread as well, so we're going to go ahead and do this one. Okay, it's a 6-card spread. I'm going to go ahead and have the first one pop out. And Spirit, pop the first one out for all 12 signs. There's a bunch of snow here, guys, so my hands are freezing. Okay, this first card right here is for the past, a dynamic from the past, still influencing the current situation. Pop the second card out, please, which is resilience. The second card right here stands for resilience. So I'll move this over for you guys. Which is an ability or strength you've acquired that must be remembered and relied on. This third card right here is the present. We're going to have the fourth one pop out, which is the challenge. The challenge or complication that will require new growth to overcome. It's a little hard to kind of put on the surface here. Then the fifth card is going to be the future, the likely outcome. Way too many cards, guys. There's two here. We'll go ahead and take these two. So this one's going to be the future here, the likely outcome. And then the sixth one here is going to be the wild unknown, which is a forgotten or underlying force contributing to the current situation. Think of this as a wild card, as it has a strong effect on the outcome, yet remains unseen by most. I'm just going to go and adjust this. Okay, the first card here was the past. So it's represented by the Eight of Swords. When it's in reverse, it describes a moment or a time when you are no longer or not trapped any longer. So maybe as a collective, we're coming out of a moment or a time of being trapped. Now we're no longer trapped. And I feel like this year is pretty good for all of us to come out of that period of feeling stuck or feeling like we're in stagnation. The second card here is resilience. So it's the Ten of Cups in reverse. I believe that this card will be representative of making sure that you give the right people so that you can go ahead and receive the right back. Remember to always give your all in any kind of situation or any circumstance, and make sure it's with the right people so that you get what it is that you want or what it is that you require back from them. And this third one again is the present, which is the Four of Cups. I want to say that this card in this position will just be representative of, let's not remember, or let's not be within a period of despair or within a period of feeling like we can't come out of possibly being stuck. We want to make sure that we're not, so that this does not happen for us. And this card right here, the fourth one, is going to be representative of the challenge, which is the Three of Wands. We always want to remember that we can use others' help, and we can go ahead and accept the help, that it's okay. It's all right. But the only thing is that we always need to remember that the third element within here is we have to learn to do it ourselves. Use the help as assistance, not as a crutch, or not as a form of, I don't want to say laziness, but a form of not learning to do it on your own, because you have to eventually do it on your own, and make sure that you give the right people, or that you get the right help from the right people, so that you can go ahead and move forward, so that you aren't in a period of despair and that you don't feel stuck. So the fifth card right here is the future, which is the Two of Wands. This one right here, this card is representative of expansion and moving forward, and having a proper plan in how to move forward. And it's having the energy, and it's having the willpower to move forward, because you know that in the direction that you're taking, it's the right direction. And the sixth card right here, represented by the Wild Unknown, the Eight of Wands right here. This card is representative of possible changes coming, which I believe are good, because these cards pretty much in this spread here and in these current positions, they do represent really good, a really nice outcome for all of us as a collective. And I feel like this is a really good card, because the changes that are going to come are going to be positive ones, I feel. Alright guys, that's the spread for here, or for all the signs as a collective for all of us. Let's go ahead and remember to always feel like we can make our way out of certain situations. Let's all be mindful of it, and let's make sure that we allow certain people to come into our lives out of the situation. Certain people that come into our lives, that we make sure that they're the right people, so that we can have that proper outcome that we seek. Because if we don't follow those two things, then we're going to end up in despair, and we're going to end up in loss, and that's not what we would like to do. Remember to always learn how to do things yourself, and it's okay to use assistance or to require assistance from other people. Let's have that good direction and that proper plan and that proper trajectory, because it's going to only lead to expansion for us. And let's remember to embrace all the changes that come and make them positive, and not look at them as negative, and make sure the perception's there that it's going to be okay and that you can fight through anything. Alright guys, I'll see you guys next time.